Hello everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I'm Kim. This will be about a 30-minute gentle practice with a focus on balance. It's really hard to worry about things when you're trying to balance. Can't really worry about what's happened in the past or dwell on making any future plans or anything like that. You really need to stay in the moment, be present, so this balance can help with that. Bring yourself into a comfortable space to begin your practice today. You can find a comfortable seat. Lay down on your back and take a little mini shavasana here. Or bring yourself into child's pose. You can come down onto the knees. Either keep the knees together or take the knees wide to the outer edges of your mat, bum back to your heels. You release your forehead down to the mat or a block or a bolster or blanket. So just take a moment to get comfortable, to get centered, to get grounded. Call your energy back. All the energy that you've been putting out into the world, call it back. This is your time right now. Time for you, your yoga practice, little TLC, and little attention for you. And close your eyes and check in. How do you feel? What's happening for you today? How does your body feel? Notice any areas of tightness or tension, any holding, gripping, any stuckness. Just notice what's happening. No judgment. Just take stock of what is going on. How does your mind feel? Notice any thoughts, feelings, emotions, maybe running through your mind, anything that you're dealing with. Honor where you are today. And as always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through the practice today. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And just take a few deep breaths here, in through the nose. Draw the breath all the way down into the belly. Feel the belly expand into the hand that's resting on your belly. And from there, draw the breath up into the chest. And feel the hand that's resting on your heart center rise. With the exhalation, release the breath from the chest, from the belly, back up and out through your nose. Take a few nice deep breaths in through the nose, down into the belly. Feel the belly expand. Draw the breath up into the rib cage, up into the chest. Feel the whole torso expand all the way around. And then with the exhalation, release the breath from the chest, the belly, up and out through the nose. And take a few more cleansing breaths. And then release your hands. Begin to flicker your eyes open. Yawn, sigh, wiggle, stretch. And if you are in child's pose or lying on your back, take a moment to slowly Find your way up into a seated position. We'll extend the left leg out in front of you. Bend that right knee. We'll pick up that right foot, cross it over that left leg. Root down through your sitting bones, sit up nice and tall, so you could have some support underneath the hips. You could sit up on a blanket here. And then take your left hand, grab a hold of your right foot, and begin to roll this right foot around. Loosening up through the ankles. And then switch the direction of your circles. And then release the right leg down to the mat. We'll switch it over to the other side. Sit up nice and tall. We'll bend that left knee, cross that left ankle over that right leg. Right hand grabs a hold of that left foot. Begin to roll the ankle around in some circles. And then switch the direction of your circles. And then release that left leg down. Take your fingers underneath your shoulders. Press down into your finger pads. Sit up nice and tall. Draw the belly in and up. Low back in and up. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Press down through the heels and pull the toes back towards your face. And then we'll point the toes. Feel the opening through the tops of the feet, the ankles. And then flex the ankles again, draw the toes towards you. A few more times, point and flex. And then just shake the legs out. And we'll take it over onto the hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Bring your bum back to sit up on your heels, and then walk your hands back. You can either keep the hands down on the mat, or if it's okay for you, you can walk your hands up onto your thighs. So feel the opening through the bottoms of the feet. Keep the heels hugging in towards each other. And then release hands down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Sit back on your heels. Now take the hands back behind you. Lean back. Begin to lift the knees up to your degree. So now you feel this opening through the front of the ankles. Drop the knees back down. We'll do it one more time. Hands come forward. Tuck the toes under behind you. Hug the heels in. Either hands stay down on the mat or you walk your fingers up onto your thighs. And then once more, hands come back down to the mat, untuck the toes, tops of the feet come down to the mat, come back to sit on the heels, reach the hands behind you, and then lift the knees up. And then release the knees down. Hands come forward, let's take it into a table. Coming onto the hands and the knees. Spread your fingers wide. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can rock your hips from side to side a few times. And then bring your hips back to center. Tuck your toes under, press down into your hands, hug in through the arms. Begin to lift your hips up and back into a downward dog. Press down through the hands, lift up through the forearms, up through the armpits. Release the heels down towards the earth. Keep a bend in the knees. Begin to walk out your dog, pedal out your legs. Bend one knee, press opposite heel to the mat, switch it up. pedal it out, or find any other movement that you like here. And then roll up onto the balls of your feet, tippy toes. Press your heels back towards the mat. And roll it up onto the balls of your feet, and then press heels towards the mat. One more time, roll up. Now press your heels towards the mat, and then slowly walk yourself up to the top of your mat, or you can drop the knees, come back down into your table, and crawl up to the top of the mat, however you would like to get there. Take your fingers, press your fingers into your shins or your thighs, lift up your belly, lengthen out through the crown of your head, torso parallel to the floor. And then soften the knees, bring the belly back to the thighs, let the head go. You can release hands down to the mat or grab a hold of your elbows and shake or nod your head here. Rock the hips from side to side and maybe swing the arms. And then bring yourself to center. Take hands to your hips. Press into your feet. Lift your heart and rise all the way up to stand. We'll come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet about hip width distance. Let's take palms together at the heart. A few deep breaths here, feeling rooted down into the feet. Feel a lift through the inner arches of the feet. Feel the inner legs turn on. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Lift up through the belly, up through the low back. Lengthen up through the side body and up through the crown of your head. And then release your hands down. We'll take it into a few balance poses here. If you would like to move towards a wall, to have a wall close to you for support, you could put a hand on the wall. You're welcome to do that. You can also grab a chair. Just have a chair right next to you, so you could grab onto the chair seat or chair back or whatever to also give you a little assist with your balance. We'll soften the knees. Root down into that left foot, left leg. Begin to roll up onto the ball of that right foot, and then pick that right foot up. Extend that right leg out in front of you. If you don't have your hands on a chair or a wall, could keep your hands on the hips, or maybe bring the arms out to the sides. That can also help you with your balance. Let's point and flex that right ankle a few times. And then release the right foot back down to the mat. Soften your knees, take the weight into that right foot. Roll up onto the ball of your left foot. And then begin to slowly pick up that left foot and extend that leg forward. And then point the the left toes, flex that left ankle, point and flex, and then release that left foot down to the mat. Again, take the weight into that left foot, soften through the knees, ground down into that left leg, roll up onto the ball of that right foot, and then extend that right leg forward again. Point, flex, a few more times. Right foot comes back to the mat. We'll switch it to the other side again. Soften the knees, root into that right leg, roll up onto the ball of that left foot, send that left leg forward. Point and flex, point and flex. And then release that left foot down to the mat. We'll take it into a tree pose now. So rooting into that left foot, left leg again. We'll open that right knee, right hip out to the right side. Either take that right foot, ball of the foot down to the mat, right heel to meet that left ankle, and you can stay here. Or you could bring that right foot up to your calf, the left calf, or If it's available to you, you can bring that right foot all the way up to the left inner thigh. Just want to avoid the knee joint. Just don't want to put any pressure on that knee joint. Wherever you have that right foot, plug it in to that left thigh or calf or ankle. And then you can take whatever variation you would like with the hands here. You can reach arms out to the side. You could bring palms together at your heart. Maybe you reach the arms all the way up. Maybe take the arms wide. You feel the calibrations and recalibrations as you find your balance here. Smile. Approach it with a sense of humor. If you fall out of the pose, no big deal. That's why they call it a practice. You just try it again. With practice, all is coming. So release the arms down, release that right foot down to the mat. Take it over to archery on the other side. Soften the knees. Take the weight into that right foot. Begin to open that left knee, left hip, and you find your kickstand here. Left heel meets the right ankle, or take that left foot up to that right calf. Or again, draw that left foot all the way up, plug it into that right thigh. Hands on the wall or the chair. Arms out to the side, palms together at the heart, arms reach up. Check in with your breath here. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Keep breathing. And if you like, you can find a focal point, a gazing point. It's called a drishti. And just keep your gaze on that point, which can help you. And then the arms come back down, release that left foot down to the mat, and let's take our tree over to the other side again. Soften the knees, take the weight over into that left foot. We'll open that right knee, right hip, find your tree, form your kickstand, right heel to the left ankle, right foot to that left calf, or right foot all the way up, plug it into that left inner thigh. Your variation with the arms again, arms wide, arms up, palms together. Come back to your breath. And if you are swaying, guess what? That's okay, because that's what trees do. So you're doing it right. I'm going to take palms together, arms come back down. Release that right foot down to the mat. Other side, one more time. Weight into that right foot. Open up that left knee, left hip. Left heel comes to that right ankle again, or right calf, or all the way up, plug it into that right inner thigh. If you can move your foot without the use of your hands, then that's awesome. If you need the hands to get you into place, then that's okay too, but you can find the natural spot for that foot. Sometimes it's a lot easier without the use of the hands. We'll bring palms together at the heart, or again, you find your variation with the arms. And then arms back down and release that left foot. Now march out your legs. And as you march out your legs, we'll take the right hand, tap that left knee, take the left hand, tap the right knee. You just cross the arms to the opposite knee, march it out and give the opposite knee a little tap. Take it into our next balance pose for today, eagle pose. So again, wall or chair as support if you need it. We'll again root down into the feet. Soften through the knees, get earthy. Roll up on to the ball of that right foot. Now we'll begin to pick up that right knee, draw it up towards the chest, and then draw that right knee over towards the left. And then either take the ball of that right foot down to the mat outside of that left foot, or press that right foot into that left calf, or you can maybe wrap that right foot around the left calf if that works for you. Hug the thighs in together. If the arms are free, you can take the arms wide, stay here, or we can eagle wrap the arms here. We'll bring the arms in front of you, cross the right arm underneath, bend the elbows, and then bring the palms together, or bring your hands to rest on opposite shoulders. Again, check in with your breath. Keep breathing. And then slowly unravel the arms and unwind the legs. We'll take it to our eagle on the other side. Root down into the feet. Soften the knees. Weight into that right foot. Roll up onto the ball of your left foot. Pick up that left knee. Hug it over towards the right side. Release the ball of that left foot down to the mat. Or press that left foot into the right calf. Or wrap that foot around. Arms wide. Sit yourself down a little bit lower in your eagle pose here. You either keep arms wide, or we'll take the eagle wrap on this side. Left arm under, bend the elbows, wrap the arms, palms together, or backs of the palms together, or grab your thumbs or bring hands to opposite shoulders. And then unravel the arms, unravel the legs. We'll bring the palms together overhead and hands back down to your heart. Let's take it into our eagle pose. One more time on each side. Soften the knees. Root into that left foot. Roll up on the ball of your right foot and pick that right knee up. Hug it over towards the left. Either ball of that right foot comes down to the mat, or you press that foot into the left calf, or again, you wrap that foot around. Sit down a little deeper, arms wide. Stay here, or take the eagle wrap, right arm under, bend the elbows, forearms together, palms together, or hands come to touch the opposite shoulders. And then unravel yourself. Palms together overhead, hands back to heart. Other side, one more time. Soften the knees. Weight into the right foot. Roll up onto ball of your left foot. Draw that knee up towards the chest. Hug it over towards the right. Ball of that left foot comes down to the mat. You press that foot into the calf, or again, you wrap it around. Sit down a little deeper. Arms come wide. Stay like this, or eagle wrap it again. Left arm under. Arms wrap, palms together, or hands to the shoulders. And then unravel yourself. Arms and legs, palms come together overhead. Hands down to the heart. Hands to the hips or your wall or chair. We'll extend that right leg out in front of you again. Now this time roll the ankle around in a few circles. And then switch the direction. Just give your leg a little shake. And then release that right foot down to the mat. Weight into that right foot. Extend that left leg out in front of you. Roll the ankle around, a few circles. And then switch the direction. And then shake that leg out. Release that foot down to the mat. And we'll face the top of the mat. Take the arms out to the sides and up, palms together overhead. Soften your knees, pull your hips back, fold yourself in, belly comes back down to the thighs, let your head go. Shake, nod your head. Bend your knees a lot, get your hands down onto the mat and walk yourself back out into downward dog. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Tuck the toes under behind you. Come back up to sit on your heels. Hands either stay on the mat or again you walk your hands up the thighs. Hug the heels in towards each other. And then hands down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Come back to sit on your heels. Hands reach back behind you. And then again, you lift up the knees so you feel that opening through the front of your ankles. Bring it forward. We'll do that one more time. Hands come forward, tuck toes under. Walk yourself back. Hands stay on the mat or you walk the hands up the thighs, opening through the bottoms of the feet. And then release the hands down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Sit back on your heels, hands reach back behind you, and you lift your knees up. Release the knees down, drop over to one hip, swing your legs around. Bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position. Palms together at the heart. Again, close your eyes. Bring one hand back to the heart, one hand back to the belly. A few more deep breaths here. In through the nose. Deep breath all the way down into the belly. Feel the belly expand. And draw that breath up into the chest, up into the heart. With the exhale, releasing the breath from the chest, from the belly, back up and out through your nose. Few more deep cleansing breaths here. Release your hands. Bring hands back together at the heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. With love and gratitude, namaste.